Yep, we're online. Facebook, namaste, God bless. How are all of you? Tori, be quiet, man. I'm going to be online now, man. Hopefully you guys had a good Easter. It's Monday. Yeah, it's Monday, my favorite day of the week because I'm off tomorrow. Get to spend it with Ma, help her a little bit. But it's great because when you have holidays, where you get together with family, we have these talks. And I was talking to my brother yesterday, and this really came to mind for tonight's show. And it's probably, not probably, it is the biggest battle that you're ever going to face. And you are going to face many battles against many monsters, but those battles and monsters are basically your inner civil war of what you've been through to where you want to get to in life. And that's the only, and honestly, I can say this wholeheartedly before I get into the quote box. It was the battle that I had to fight. The British were during the Revolutionary War, were experts at this. They would set their battalions up in layers. Literally, if they had 6,000 cavalry people, they would set them up in layers of like 1,000 or whatever, and they would just march forward. You got to get through each layer and each layer and each layer. That's how life is with your past experiences, trying to create that new life. You're going to face an opposing force of your past every single time. Okay, fine. You get past that one past, and now you got to get past another past that you created from the other past. Because with the repetitious mindset, you're going to keep recreating those experiences. That's why you have such a resistance. That's one of the words out of the quote box tonight. You have resistance to getting where you want to go. It's getting past those lines of demarcation, of resistance that we've set up with our experiences in our lives that really hold us back. And it was the best lesson for me because when I realized what kind of resistance I was setting up, I realized I didn't change as a person, my routine per se, my work ethic, like I mentioned last time, but it was only by changing my thinking that I set up, how should we say, less resistance to welcome what I wanted to bring and are still bringing into my life. So in the quote box tonight, and this is, I know it sounds so passe, but it's so powerful and it's so important. You've got to win in your mind before you can win in life. And I didn't note the author. I apologize. I was rushing trying to get this shit on because I knew it was powerful and it's something for you guys to ponder. And we have to win on the inside before we can win on the outside. And you can be the hardest worker. You can be the best eater. You can have all your due diligence about all your, how should we say, ethics and your routine every day about being a better person. But if you think like shit, you're only going to attract shit. It's inevitable. And this was the hardest lesson. I said, wait a minute, I'm doing all these right things in my life, but I'm still living in this cement block. I'm living in this place where I don't want to be. What was I thinking every single day? Poverty, failure. Does that make sense? This is the inner civil war that so many of us go through because from the past experiences, we've created layers of resistance to get us where we want to go. This is the deep thinking part of the toolbox you got to add to your repertoire every single day, whatever you're doing. And the easiest way to get past it, this is the easiest way to get past your past, is to create a new past, however it may be. That's why it's so imperative that you follow your passion and your purpose. Inundate the resistance with a new life, and the resistance is going to go away naturally because you're changing your mindset. This is the beauty. You're emanating a new form of energy in your life. That's the best. This is the only thing I did. That's how juvenile it is. I may laugh about it now, but it friggin' hurt, man. It hurt like hell. I mean, the long walks on the highways and the days without food and not having anybody there who wanted to be there because, any of you been on the bottom feeder level like I was, people literally run away. But it's also a gift in disguise because it's you figuring it out. And that's what it did. And, now people kind of run to people and kind of help them out. Let them figure it out. I'm not saying avoid them. Be there for them, which certain people were, and I will love them dearly and always love them dearly for what they did for me back then. But it was the best lesson of solitude for me to figure out what I was doing wrong. And granted, that was 10 years ago, but indeed, compare that to now is like night and day. And I ask myself every day these kind of questions, and hopefully you guys will help yourself because resistance, not in the quote box, but part of the words I want to share tonight, is one of the most powerful words. It's an opposing or impending force. What's that force? What's that energy force that we're sending out every day? Our thoughts. If your thoughts are in constant, you have a constant realm of thinking of failure and demise, you can only create from that. You are going to create situations and circumstances that are going to hurt, And the problem is, the next word is cling. We cling on to that because that's what we're used to. This is the problem. This is why it's so easy to change yourself, because you create new things to cling on to, like your purpose and your goals and your dreams and your passions, and only do that the majority of the day and constantly do it. Inundate your mindset with the new mindset of what you want to have, be, and do, and then act accordingly with that. I guarantee you, this is all I did. You're going to start naturally creating, probably not even noticing it until you get that so-called miracle in your life, the job or the person or this. It's all an evolution of you becoming that new self, which attracted that new life. And this is the beauty, and I love meta and quantum physics, because when I started to immerse myself into it, I realized there's a blueprint that we're drawing of our thoughts every day. That's creating the foundation of our life that we're recreating and building from that foundation. When you realize what you're building, you realize what you're getting. And cling is to have a strong emotional attachment and or dependence. Hence, resistance. Abraham Hicks was beautiful on that. She was on the forefront of helping me understanding the true power I was emitting every day, because anybody knows me personally, I'm the same person in my house as I am out of my house. I'm the same compassionate, loving soul I always and always will be. But in here, this is where the shit happens. This is where this is where the cheesecake is in bakery terms, guys. This is where the prime issues pertain. And you got to ask yourself the same question. If you're not getting what you want, what kind of cheesecake are you eating every day? What are you festering every single day? What are you going back and forth with your thoughts every day to ruin what you're trying to get in your life? So many of us want so many things. You want the best, but you have to be the best on the inside to start that process of evolution and revolution to that new self. Think about it. When you have resistance to something, it's like when I was talking to my brother yesterday. The guy's doing a Colonel Sanders, man. This guy's hitting his early 60s. He's getting ready to retire from the railroad. Very, very well off. God bless you. But he's starting a business of what he always wanted to do. You know, granted, yeah, there's a lot of pain involved, because in our conversation, he goes, well, I'm not getting the followers in my tutorials and this and that. I said, stop. I said, just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Just do it. Be happy. Do it every day. Enjoy the process. Don't even look at the YouTube. Don't even look at it. Don't even monitor your views. Watch. I'm telling you right now, if you just keep setting up that what you want to do and doing it the best way, no matter what, even if you flub during a live, man, it doesn't make a difference. I've flubbed many times during my life, believe me. But even if you flub out on a live, it doesn't matter. Something's going to happen. It's going to connect, because you're not getting any resistance to that old self, which blocked you decades from doing what you always wanted to do. Does that make sense? It's you grasping and grabbing by the balls the life you've always wanted, and letting go of what has held you back, whether it's the soulmate or the job or the business, whatever it is, eating a watermelon. I have no idea. But the point being is, to get that, you have to be that. You never get what you want. You get what you are. And I love that from Dr. Wayne Dwyer. I love that, because I had to figure that out when he told me that, because I was being a failure on the inside, only to recreate all failing so-called opportunities and instances and synchronicities on the outside. When I realized what I was projecting, in other words, who I was, and then I realized where I was going. This is beautiful, because Abraham Hicks said, in the moment you stop the resistance, hence the past, those lines of demarcation of people or situations or experiences you keep bringing up to impede on that. In the moment you stop the resistance, the trail lights up for you. How many of you have gotten something you've always wanted? You're like, wow, it's a miracle. No, meatball, you let go of the resistance. You let go of the thoughts to hinder that process, and it came to you. This goes with anything you want in life. Anything you want to have, be, or do. You got to let go of the resistance, hence the past. The so-called lines of experiences that you've recreated over and over and over again with your past thinking. It's really simple to realize, because to get past that, you just create a new train of thought of where you want to go and act accordingly. It'll naturally take effect in your life. It's not a hard process, guys. It's a diligent process indeed for those who really want to transform and create a new path, because a lot of us are at a fork in the road. We don't know where to go, to left or right. Guys, you follow your heart and you act accordingly to following your heart every day. You can only manifest from that, which is the beauty of it. This is the guarantee. And then you get experiences like, wait, there's more. You get your own infomercial. You start recreating things that you've always wanted to do. You got to be observant. You got to be conscious about what you're doing every day. It's not hard, because we're all living to create the resistance subconsciously. Hence, what has happened to us instead of what we want to live consciously to create for us. It's a psychological ping pong game. I can tell you right now. It's like the shell game that we're spinning around every day. The psychological ping pong of back and forth. Sooner or later, you're going to win the game because you're getting better at it. Think about it for yourself. A lot of you guys are pushing the narrative, and Rumi said it the best. And I thousands of years ago, these people knew all this stuff. They knew that the mind was a powerful force. You can stop the craziness in your life by thinking about what Rumi said. I'll let you guys enjoy your Monday. Protect yourself from your own thoughts. We're too busy guarding our kids in our front door and our car, locking our doors and phone. We forget what we're thinking about. You take a priority in your thoughts first over everything. You're going to start attracting only good in your life, because you're going to start monitoring what needs to be monitored, hence what you're feeling every day. If you're living in fear every single day, you can only attract more fearful situations, hence the unlocked door and the visitor comes in. Does that make sense? It's all about your thinking. It's a beautiful setup in your life that you have complete control of what you want to have, be, or do. But you got to get past the inner civil war and play the ping pong game for a little while until you get used to the fact of where you're going. You got an eye set. You got a bead eye on where you want to go in life. You are not denied. You will not be denied. It's just a matter of you keep going at it every day. Whether you're dealing or grieving with a loss, or you're dealing with a failure in life that you tried really hard, ask why you failed. I guarantee it's your attitude. Think about it. It's all a mindset before it becomes a lifestyle. Guys, think about it for yourself. I'll let you guys go. It's laundry time for me. I got lots of shit to fold, man. So, guys, America's Mentor _radio on Instagram, at America's Mentor on X. Guys, follow me, Jerry Maldonado 2. On Facebook for unique information to help you to your destination. Guys, happy Monday. You play that ping pong game every day, and you're going to get really good at it, because you're going to start understanding what you're sending out, and then you're going to start realizing what you're bringing about, guys. So happy Monday to you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.